Hey everybody, I want to show you how to install these taillights, these aftermarket taillights on a Toyota CHR without removing the bumpers, without professional install. There's a lot of these on the market, but there's no installation guides that are any good that I found. So here's what I got for you. You can see I've installed the left and the right taillight here in the bumpers, replacing the reflectors, and the center taillight, replacing this punch out that was in the bumper here. So you actually do not need to remove your bumper for this. This is a pretty simple guide. That was the brake lights that you just saw. I'm going to take the brake off here. And you can see what the taillights look like just by themselves. I'm going to go ahead and turn those taillights off and show you how I did it. I didn't have the foresight to make this video before I put the lights in, but I figured you could use it now that I've got them in. So, we have what used to be reflectors in here and now have the lights. And what used to be a punch out in the middle of the bumper that now has another light. Well, the first thing you're going to do is open up your trunk. And I'm going to show you the wiring diagram real quick while I got it up here so I don't forget it. This is from another incomplete guide, but it'll do the job. This is going to show the light that you're looking at to connect to your tail lights here. You see the green wire is your tail light. So that's your always on when the headlights are on. Your white with black stripe going into the connector here is your ground. You're going to connect your black wire to that, or for mine there are black wires. And your blue light here is your brake light. For me, my aftermarkets had a red, so I'm going to connect a red light to that blue wire here. I used something similar to these quick splices here. I was able to get them at AutoZone for just a couple of bucks. They'll make your life a lot easier than cutting the wires. So, what you're going to want to do is lift up the back of your car here. Open the hatch, expose the spare tire. When that spare tire is exposed, take that spare tire out, take that center part out. Over on the left side here, we got this guy, the styrofoam piece here. You can turn this with your fingers, loosen this a few times, pull this whole thing out here. Once the tire's out, you can pull this styrofoam piece out here. Now this piece right here, you're going to want to take out. We have this clasp right here. We're going to get a socket wrench and loosen that and pull it out. Get a socket wrench over here, loosen that and pull it out. And then you're going to have a couple snaps. Snap, 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 snap. And this whole piece will come off. You're going to need that because that's holding on this piece right here. This piece is holding on this piece right here. And all your taillight wiring is behind this guy. This guy also needs to be, once you take this guy out, there's another one here that you're going to want to loosen and take out. Once you get that out, it's pretty easy to get to the wiring. You got a snap about here, a snap about here, a snap about here, and a snap about here. And you can pull this whole thing forward and get to the taillight wiring right behind it, which is going to look a little bit like the picture I just showed you. It's going to have some tape wrapped around it, it's going to have a little tubing on it, but you just pulled it off and you can expose the colored wire and put your quick splices on there. So, I'll get back to the wiring in a second, but as far as mounting these lights, you do not need to take this bumper off. Don't listen to what your body shop tells you. They wanted to charge me $300 to take this off and to start getting in there. I went in through the wheel well to finally figure out that this piece here has snaps on it. We got a snap around here, we got a snap around here, a snap around here, a snap around here, and there's a few in here too, but I didn't even need to take it all the way off. So you get in that flathead screwdriver under here and pry it off. Now be real careful, because I did a little bit of damage. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's pretty minor. Just be really careful when you pop this off, and you can get about the first 4 snaps here. You don't have to get it all the way off. You can bend this piece back. When you bend it back, you're going to see that the reflector in there has a snap up on top and a Phillips head screw in the bottom. So from the back, you're going to take that Phillips head screw off, which is pretty easy. Push that snap right through, then replace it with this guy. Put that Phillips head screw back in. Now mine had a wire right in the center where there's no hole in the back for the wire to go through. So I took a drill and I drilled in the plastic right behind this guy, just drilled in a tiny little hole and fed the wire through. When you feed the wire through, you're going to want to put your other hand in the trunk, right back behind here. Once you take this off, you're going to see a couple little plugs, rubber plugs back here. Snap that plug off and you can feed the wire through here. That's what you're going to do from both sides. Just feed the wire through and pull it through for now. Once that wire is fed through, screw that light back on here, snap it back into place, and snap this whole piece back into place, and you're done with this for now, and do the same thing on the other side. Now for this middle light, I'm going to see if I can get you a good shot here. This middle light is actually much easier. You're going to have to go down underneath, get on the ground, and look back underneath your bumper, and you're going to see a couple of Phillips head screws tying this in. Those are really easy to take off. Just unscrew those guys, pop the other guy off, pop that little cap off. This doesn't fit in here very well. You see right here is a little tight. It doesn't fit exactly like it should, but with a little muscle you get it in there just fine. These wires, again, the same way you fed them through those plugs in the trunk, feed these through. And you'll end up with all these wires in the trunk. Now you're going to want to test these wires. On my particular one, I had 2 different grounds, and I had a different light for the brake, the reverse, the daytime running lights. I did not use the reverse light because that reverse light is way up in the top here, and I wasn't about to mess with that, so I left it alone. The light that you saw on here, I attached the reverse light to the tail light, and I attached the brake light to the brake light. So I don't have any reverse function on here, but I think it's good enough as it is. Anyway, when you tap into these wires that are back here, quick splice onto those, and then splice all 3 of these lights together, and you can tuck them back in here, tape them up real good. Just make sure you're testing at every point, test the wires, make sure everything's working before you snap these panels back together. Otherwise, you're going to have to unsnap them about 10 times like I did. But test it along the way, and you should be good to go. And it took me, I don't know, 5 hours to get through this, but now that I know it, I probably could do it again on the next car in about an hour. So if you follow these instructions right, get everything back into place, you should be able to go and have your lights working in 1 to 2 hours. So there's your light install. Hope that solves some problems that nothing on the internet has solved so far, and I look forward to tackling the headlights next week. So good luck to you.